Pounders. Today we are jumping into a live draft and we're going to take a look at some of these early and juicy ADPs for the 2023 season on Underdog. If you want to learn how we put up a 41% ROI in cash games on Underdog, make sure you join the Pounders. We are back inside the draft room doing what we do best, draft grinding cash games away on Underdog. Way too early for the 2023 season. No rookies are in this draft and there is a certain strategy that we are going to go with and going to be running back early. We want to make sure we end up with guys with a lot of touches early because the receivers, it's pretty simple to figure out where the catches are going to go in any given offense. JJ at the 1 spot. We got Josh Allen at the 2 spot. Little reach, just a small reach there. 12 picks. It's okay. It's okay. I'm loving the fact that we have some new blood on Underdog. A lot of people with no badge. It's great to see. It means that we're going to profit a lot this season. I don't know if we're going to be able to match our cash game ROI of 41%, but we are shooting for above 30 again. We have the strategy, we have the secret sauce, and that is exactly what I'm going to share with you guys. So Chase off the board at 4, followed by Hill at 5. Patrick Mahomes off the board at 6. So this is how it's going to be this offseason with new drafters. And it's exciting. Look at the value we have falling to us right now at the 10 spot. We get Austin Eckler at worst. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Badges people, man. It's a different breed. It is a different breed. I don't mind Austin Eckler there. I like going running back heavy in these first couple rounds, but Cooper Kupp, if you're not going to draft him here at 10, when will you draft him? Diggs, Barkley, Devonta Adams. I am interested in a Derrick Henry here. This, I believe, is a significant tier jump in running back. Give me the guy that got 350 carries last year, and he caught the ball 33 times. Kenneth Walker off the board, going double running back here. All right, so blue list starts with the Barkley, Devonta Adams. We got Diggs, A.J. Brown. Nice start. Cooper Kupp, Derrick Henry for us. Eckler and Kenneth Walker, JT, CeeDee Lamb, CMC, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's nice. This guy goes back-to-back QB. Does anyone want to tell him we start one? Thank you for paying the rake. We appreciate you. Every lobby needs at least one. And Chew, C-H-U, it's you. It's you this time. Thank you. Tyreek Hill, Joe Mixon. You got Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle. It's unbelievable. These two QBs going this early really spread some value back to us late in the draft. So I'm glad that we were drafting here. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. All right, guys. 2 people going back-to-back quarterback. This is the time to hit the panic button. We need to draft a quarterback on our next pick because you're going to see this board dry up faster than the Nile. It's okay if we reach a little bit. We do want to get one of these four. Seeing as 10 teams do not have a quarterback yet, this is really, it should be pushing the quarterback position. This strategy going back-to-back quarterback with your first 2 picks is just, it's hideous. It's ugly. J64 starting with Kelsey, Chubb, and adding Jacobs, Chase Waddle, ETN, Tyreek Hill, Joe Mixon, Breece Hall. I like that. Dude, he just picked the 3rd QB. No. Say it's not true, man. Say it's not true. This guy could just literally go QB. Like, look how high my projection is, Mom. Lock in Justin Herbert. My draft board probably looks like this. Stevenson off the board. I wouldn't reach for Kittle here if Mark Andrews goes. Okay. Yeah, with Hopkins gone. I mean, if we go Mark Andrews here, we're going to spread ourselves too thin at receiver. We're going to start seeing what I think is a major tier jump after Ridley and Cooper's gone. Going to this tier is going to be a little tough. We can find value late at tight end, and we could easily make it up with going 3 tight ends. Easy. Look at this value. Zach Ertz going this late because of injuries. Yikes. Someone I'm going to be targeting probably in tournament-style drafts, not as much in cash games. 2 different strategies completely. Cash games, you really want to draft people with nice floors, and you're still looking for high ceilings, but you want someone that has a medium projected floor as well, if possible. So Christian Watson's the perfect example of this is a tournament-style player. In a cash game, he should not be going this early. Go another QB. He did it. He actually did it. Oh my God. I was kidding. Mom, look at my projection, Mom. I'm gonna win. Sorry, bruh. That's pain. You just paid the rake, and we appreciate you. We appreciate you. 10 picks away. Way too early drafts. It's way too early for this. Guys, if you haven't already, drop a like, comment down below. Who is your favorite draft picks that are a value to you in this draft so far based on ADP? Subscribe to the video if you enjoy fantasy football, if you enjoy drafting. We are going to try to beat our max last year, 497 drafts. This year, we will be focusing more on tournament style, but we will be getting live drafts going with the pound and the subscribers. So make sure you join that, and those will be cash games. Always fun. It's always a good time drafting with the crew. You're starting 1 QB, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, and a flex. You're getting 10 bench spots. You're not going to get this many once the NFL draft occurs. It will change to 18 rounds. The reason they give you 20 is because there's a lot of uncertainty we're drafting with right now. There's going to be players drafted and traded. Speaking of Aaron Jones, so I avoided Kyle Pitts last year. He's just a little too rich for my blood, especially with Marcus Mariota at quarterback. I avoided. I think I had 2%. Prescott off the board, getting good value at QB here, really not forcing the issue. We'd be looking to bring our QB back with like a Danny Dimes, maybe even a Tua. I like Lockett here. Like Lockett's looking like a good value. DJ Moore's looking like a good value. Pierce, Goddard is mediocre. I believe I'm going to go Pierce here. I mean, 220 rushing attempts. Like, guy gets the ball. Guy gets the ball. And again, this is cash games, so we're looking for people with high floors. So we'll be good at running back for the foreseeable, probably at least 3 rounds before we go another running back. We're going to see stacking up on wide receiver depth next. And we're just going to have to go 3 tight ends at the end of this draft. A lot of value here. A lot of value. Even Juwan Johnson is a great value. Absolute touchdown machine. Big body. Trey McBride, another good value, potentially with Hopkins leaving town. His ADP would probably go down to, where do you think? It would definitely be above Greg Dulcich right here. I would argue he would be ahead of Knox right here, right below Pat Freiermuth. Little insider info right there. Trey McBride, right now, my favorite tight end value pick at the end of these drafts. And that's just first sight. This is my 3rd draft. So I've not done a lot of these, but we can spot some value. I know value when I see it. Let's take a peek at the board. Hayden Hurst off the board at 71. Was that really? Really? Someone call up Navy Doc. This guy has connections. This guy knows something. Navy Doc, insider information. Hayden Hurst gonna start taking steroids or something. Hayden Hurst over Kyle Pitts. Even I can't get behind that, and I'm a Kyle Pitts non-believer due to the quarterback situation. Do I think he'll be better under Ritter? Yes, 100%. Kyle Pitts is most likely a value this year. Going at 72 is way too late. So now we're seeing a run at tight ends, which is just super ugly. It's not good for us. But like I said, we do have some value down here, so get rid of them. Take them off the board. Test us. We need wide receivers. Tyler Lockett is clearly the best available right now. Don't expect him to be there. Juju, he's going to be a free agent. Not picking Cortland Sutton. Just not. Brandon Cooks wants to leave. What else is new? Come back to New England. Darnell Mooney's a pretty good value here. He's the number 1 on the team. I know they're not passing the ball a lot, and he did get hurt, but it looks like he'll be back on the field come practice time. Njoku off the board at 78. You're seeing these tight ends fly off the board right now. I know he's not exciting, but he has a good floor. It's not a sexy pick, but maybe, just maybe, we see an improvement at quarterback this year. Targets. The guy's a target hog, so let's bring him on board. This is quite the crew to add him to as well. We already have a good base. We don't need super high upside. Tony goes at 83. This is just scooping value right now. Just scooping value. Darren Waller, tough to trust. He is going in the right range. I'd probably have him right after Akers, so he is a good value. If Waller's there, we'll take Waller. I like DPJ. Treylon Burks is an intriguing pick in this range. I am going to go Waller. He has all offseason to get healthy. We know he was kind of injury plagued. We'll see a change at quarterback from Derek Carr. Risky pick, but definitely has high upside. We know Waller at his best, even 75% of his best, will outscore any of these remaining tight ends. But Treylon Burks, I do like him this year. 1 full year in this offense. We'll see what they do at quarterback. Doesn't look like Malik Willis really is going to carry the torch from Ryan Tannehill. So that is interesting. So very balanced squad so far. Now we can just sort of go value. Straight cash going 5 running backs and 2 receivers. Extremely bold move, seeing you have to start 3 receivers every single week. It's just not a good strat. Navy Doc is up. He picked back-to-back tight ends last time around. We shouldn't be surprised after he picks Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, though. Absolute wild card. He goes Odell Beckham at pick 95. This guy knows something. This guy is smarter than me, than you, than everybody else. Big brain, galaxy-sized brain. Navy Doc 0314. Remember the name. Remember the name. Put some respect on it. This is just nuts. I wish these were $100 drafts. My God. This guy's got 3 QBs, no running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 3 tight ends. What is this? What am I drafting with? Are these like basketball guys? Fancy basketball? Dude, he just won another QB? Danny Dimes is a good pick. All right. J64 is definitely live. This guy's live. He has 2 running backs. Travis Kelce at tight end. Mike Williams, Pittman, Evans, Cortland Sutton. The wide receiver room's looking a little shaky. We'll see what he does with that, but he did shore up quarterback with Daniel Jones. Having 2 rushing quarterbacks now is nice. Josh Jacobs will be interesting. Want to see what happens with Josh Jacobs in the offseason with the contract. He should be due for something massive after literally putting Las Vegas Raiders on his back like Santa Claus, bringing presents to the kids. So Josh Jacobs is due. We don't know if Vegas is going to hold on to him. They should. I mean, they gave him no respect in the offseason. You had beat reporters saying that Amir Abdullah was going to take targets away from him and Zamir White was going to take carries away from him. Thank you. We had 18% Josh Jacobs last year. Contract year. Of course, the guy's going to play well. All right, 4 QBs, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. Add Khalil Herbert to that. Jared Goff off the board. Tua Taylor Harris. Good squad. He's definitely going young at wide receiver. It's a well-balanced team so far. We're good at running back. Zeke's not on our radar. We have Jacoby Myers in free agency this year, so we don't know what's going to happen with him yet. I like DPJ. He was very promising with the connection from Deshaun Watson this past season, what limited time they had together. Tyler Boyd's sort of like a lesser Deontay Johnson, so I don't mind bringing in a little higher upside guys here. Zay Jones probably going a little too early with the addition of Calvin Ridley, and Zay Jones quickly becomes the 3rd best target. If they re-sign Ingram, maybe the 4th best, or tied with Ingram for 3rd best, having Christian Kirk and Ridley there. I mean, if Brandon Cooks is here, we'll go Brandon Cooks. See if he has anything left in the tank. It was just a toxic situation for him last year. Cooks gets taken. We'll lock in Mooney. I think the Tom Brady pick's pretty interesting, getting in this 125, 130 range if you only have 1 QB. And there's a little gamble to it because you don't know where he's going to be. He could even retire, to be honest. So a little bit of a gamble in a $3 cash game. Who cares? But I like to try to win every single lineup I submit. I don't like to, let me do something crazy. No. The crazy thing's doing the right thing. And the right thing means putting a winning lineup in. 6 running backs and 3 receivers. This is crazy. All right, he auto-picks Zay Jones. Now, if these guys are auto-picking twice, it used to turn you on autopilot. What happened to that? Can we bring that back? Thing's going to take forever. Luckily, I'm going to edit this down for your value because I appreciate your viewership. Hit the sub, join the pound. What's this guy going to do? How do you fix this team? You can go 3 tight ends if you're not getting one of these top 5, 6 guys, top 7 guys. You can go 3 tight ends, but not 3 in a row of this value. He goes another QB. Dude, our projection is going to look so small compared to these guys because they have 100 QBs, but you can only start 1. So what are the chances that Brock Purdy outscores Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, and Kirk Cousins on any week? And he just tore his UCL. He's going to be out for 6 months. That gives Trey Lance a lot of time to get healthy and reclaim his position as the QB1 in San Fran. Who knows? Brock Purdy might not throw the same afterwards. It's a bad injury. Gibson off the board, followed by Tyler Boyd. Stacking wide receivers. 3 running backs, 8 wide receivers. I like the Brian Robinson pick here. Not an efficient running back, but gets a lot of touches. Trey Lance coming in as the QB1 on this squad with 5 pretty good running backs, but you can only start 2 plus 1 in the flex, and you need to start 3 receivers every single week. That's why wide receivers are a little more important, and it's also half-point PPR. Something to keep in mind when you're drafting. I can't wait to see what crazy this guy does. Singletary off the board. Probably just give me the guy who goes latest in this Miami backfield. We'll bring in our second tight end here. Alexander Madison, one of my favorite dodge picks of last year. Do not drafts. Like, especially in cash games. He had 74 attempts last year. It's hard to predict injuries, even to Dalvin Cook. And even then, you don't get to pick how long they're out for when they are injured. So I like Rondale Moore here, just sort of taking the bet that DeAndre Hopkins skips town. I agree with this Gallup pick going before Rondale Moore. Got to see who we want for our next QB. It's going to be someone like Desmond Ridder I'd be okay with. Guys, if you're wondering where this came from, we won Week 18 Battle Royale on Underdog. We have a video explaining how we did it, strategy behind Battle Royale. So go check that out. I think it was like 40-something thousand people in the tournament. We took it down, first place, 25 Gs. I finally got to prove to the wife that what I do is not a waste of time. But I also made her aware that she does not get a cut of this. You understand? Like, if you were on board, yeah, I'd give you a little piece. I'd give you something, get you something nice. Should have been nicer. KJ Osborne going at 142. I like that range. I like that range for KJ. I like this range for Curtis Samuel as well. With Derek Carr skipping town, does Hunter Renfrow get an uptick as the slot receiver? I think I would prefer Hunter Renfrow next year over Tyler Boyd. Call me crazy. Lock it in. That is a early hot take, especially we have an unknown QB situation in Vegas. If you guys want to get into these live drafts with us, use code FANTASYDOGPOUND for a 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. You put 100 in, you instantly get 200, and trust me, you're gonna wish you did the full amount. These drafts are unbelievably fun and unbelievably profitable. Look at these players in the draft. You got 3 or 4 of them that aren't even there. And then the ones that are there are just doing crazy stuff. So I would say there's 5 teams that are live right now. This team most likely not live. This team not live. That's 3. Last year I only did 40 drafts before the season started. This year I plan on doing more just for content. Keep you guys updated with the ADP, and I will be releasing a free rankings on Underdog with my cash game rankings for ADP. So all you have to do is like the video and subscribe. I do this for the 209 of you out there watching, and it's a proven system that works. Now, every draft is different, but it's some sort of guide that will at least assist you in making better decisions. Give me Alec Pierce in his second year. Big play guy, should be able to spike into the lineup. Exactly the type of player that we're looking for. Sort of like a younger DJ Chark. Cole Hardman's probably going too late as well. Rashad Penny is a free agent this year. Yes, he is an injury risk, but what if? What if he stays healthy and we already have a fair amount of carries with these 3 stud running backs that we have? Rashad Penny most likely going to be skipping town. So right about here, I feel forced to go another quarterback before we get into the unknown. These guys are just, I mean, after this, I'd probably go like Zach Wilson. Yeah, Mac Jones off the board. We're not going Penny. We're going to go Ridder. Ridder will actually be able to play with Kyle Pitts as well next season. Gives him a nice little boost. Someone else to throw the ball to. You'll have Drake London there. Nice little offense. Tyler Algier, who picked it up at the end of the season. I think Atlanta will have a better looking offense a full season under Ridder than whatever was happening with Marcus Mariota, just running the ball every play. Please don't pick another running back. Please don't pick another running back. I don't even know if he's allowed to pick another running back at this point. There's got to be a cap. This is a strategy I would be interested in doing for like tournaments where you're going sort of like hero running backs, but not as much in these pre-NFL 2023 draft cash games. You just want to get the for sure running backs that are going to get touches and then stack wide receivers. Like my third string running back is significantly stronger than Antonio Gibson. 3 QBs, I don't really see Derek Carr getting into your lineup too many times. think that should have been a running back right there at pick 147. Yeah, give me even like Damian Harris, who, even if he stays with the Pats, will be getting a decent amount of carries. Jeff Wilson. Give me Jeff Wilson. Big part of Miami's offense after he was traded. Give me some Gus Edwards here. I think he's far more important than me getting like a Hardman. Even if Hardman were to fall. In a vacuum, I like Mecole Hardman better. He will score more points. But Gus Edwards is a player that is going to get touches. We know he's going to get touches, and they like him in Baltimore. Baltimore relies on running the ball. Gus Edwards, welcome to the team at pick 178. Doubling down on Tim Patrick this year. Had 16%. Well, at one point I had 24% Tim Patrick last year. And then I did another 200 drafts to bring it down to like 16%. And I was getting him around 160 early in the season. He dropped all the way to like 120. And then obviously tears his ACL in practice. And he was my number one owned player. And we were still able to battle back and put up 41% ROI. Has Russell Wilson. Good chance he could go Tim Patrick here. But he also needs running back touches. And goes Paris Campbell out of left field. We're not going to get Trey McBride. We might bring in a third tight end like Tyler Conklin just because we're getting, I mean, how many rounds are we picking? 18 rounds. So 2 extra rounds in all these drafts that are occurring before the NFL draft. Our last 2 picks, we will definitely be going running back here. Pierre Strong. We could just kind of make an inference that maybe Damian Harris does move on from New England, and this becomes a good value pick when the news comes out. So if we go over this list of wide receivers real quick for the people at home. Allen Robinson, not someone we think will be able to spike into the starting lineup. Shakir. Now, Rashid Shaheed, tongue twister, is someone that is a nice high upside pick at the end of these drafts. Someone that catches the deep ball. So this is a great value pick at the end of drafts. Someone that has high upside. Same thing with the Mac Hollins. Deep shot guy, 57 catches, 690 yards. Those would be my 2 favorite receivers at the end of these drafts here. Interesting running back. I believe someone that is really on no one's radar yet is Jerome Ford. You have both Kareem Hunt and D'Ernest Johnson moving to free agency, most likely to move on from their current team, leaving him the top backup behind Nick Chubb. This could prove to be enormous value if Nick Chubb were to go down 1 or 2. In a game like this where you're looking for carries at the end of these drafts, he is going to provide you with carries. Now, it does depend on Kareem Hunt moving forth onto free agency, and that is sort of a wait and see. But once that happens, the value would have already changed. Jerome Ford would be gone. Jerome Ford would be gone. I would put him in this range here. Right in this penny range. I don't think we're going to go Conklin here. Give me Pierre Strong first, and let's see what happens. I think we do have a good enough amount of carries here with these 5 running backs. Let me see what we have at receiver too. Cup, Ridley, Johnson, DPJ, Mooney, Rondell Moore, Alec Pierce, and Tim Patrick. Let's see if this guy's Sharky. I would love the Jerome Ford for this guy's team. Sorry, dude. Nyheim Hines is not it. Great punt returner. Not it. It's important to be strong at tight end, especially Darren Waller. He has the injury history. Let's bring in Conklin. Kind of shores up this room. A tight end can get into the flex spot as well. I think this is a pretty well-rounded team. And guys, if you've made it this far, please drop a like on the video. Comment down below how bad I did in this draft, where you would have went differently, who's your favorite value pick, and subscribe to the channel if you like playing fantasy football. And thank you for watching the video, Pounders.